Yeah, that's really how I'm feeling right now. Just to like, work on myself and things like that. Try to better myself as a person, as a thing.
Announce his retirement, right? He told the people around him that he is retiring from the sport of boxing. He is no longer going to compete in the sport of boxing due to his frustration with the way and the direction the sport of boxing is.
I don't know. Maybe this could be the reason why Tank say he want to leave boxing. He gonna, tap out stuff like that. He still hasn't fought Devin Haney, and that's not going to happen.
Gervonta Davis has finally broken his silence on his decision to retire from boxing, revealing that he's grown tired of the fame and constant attention. He shared that everything he says tends to get misinterpreted or exaggerated, making it difficult for him to truly be himself in the public eye. Davis admitted that the sport no longer excites him the way it once did, even calling it lame now, a sentiment that ultimately led him to walk away from the ring.
Yeah, try to better myself as a person, as a thing, all around, like human being.
Yeah. Is it the fame? Is it something that you just don't like all the attention? Or
Yeah, starting to like shy away from the attention and things like that that come with it.
yeah, because it's like anything you do or say, it's all over the blogs. It's taken the wrong way. It's getting
Yeah,
posted.
yeah,
Like you can't even be yourself at this point.
yeah. That's a fact. Yeah, it's getting more so like lame.
The primary reason behind Gervonta Davis's retirement seems to stem from mounting frustration and personal turmoil. His team revealed that he's been under intense pressure, largely due to an ongoing legal case involving the mother of his children. The uncertainty surrounding the case has weighed heavily on him, and the emotional toll has clearly impacted his mindset. According to those close to him, the stress has caused Davis to grow increasingly distant from the sport. These challenges appear to have played a significant role in his decision to step away from boxing, at least for now.
Now, many people have heard about the news that was broken by Rick Glazer, who stated that five-time world champion, three-division world champion, undefeated superstar boxer, Gervonta Tank Davis, 30 wins, no loss, no draw, 28 wins by way of knockout. 30 wins, no losses, one draw, 28 wins by way of knockout, has officially announced his retirement, right? He told the people around him that he is retiring from the sport of boxing. He is no longer going to compete in the sport of boxing due to his frustration with the way and the direction the sport of boxing.
With Gervonta Davis officially announcing his retirement, fans and analysts across the boxing world are reacting with shock and speculation. The news gained traction after Happy Punch tweeted, "Gervonta Davis has reportedly retired from boxing after becoming fed up with the sport. Tank is retiring. Won't fight again," according to those close to him via Rick Glazer. While many were caught off guard by the sudden announcement, others see it as a reflection of the immense pressure Davis has been under both inside and outside the ring. According to Blue Blood Sports TV, Davis may not be stepping away from boxing for good. The analyst suggests that his decision is likely fueled by ongoing personal and professional struggles, rather than a permanent farewell. A key factor could be Davis's apparent lack of interest in a rematch with Lamont Roach, which he reportedly sees as low stakes and not worth the risk. Instead, Davis is said to be eyeing a much bigger payday, potentially through a high-profile bout against Jake Paul on Netflix, rather than continuing under Amazon's promotional banner. This has led some to believe that Davis's retirement may be more strategic than sincere, similar to past instances where he hinted at walking away before ultimately returning to the ring.
No. Has he told people this? Yes. But this is nothing new. I told you the Lamont Roach Jr. fight was off. It was going to take place in June. He was not happy with the way things were playing out. He wanted to get to that Jake Paul bag with Netflix. It has nothing to do with Amazon. Jake Paul is in charge in that situation. Ain't gonna put that money in Tank Davis's pocket. I told you guys this. But you guys don't believe me. You always love to say I'm tapping or hating on Tank Davis. No. Just telling you what's going on behind the scenes. Gervonta Tank Davis is not going to retire. He's frustrated. He may step away from the sport of boxing for a while. But, again, he was already planning to do that.
Despite the swirling opinions and ongoing speculation, Gervonta Davis has officially announced his retirement from boxing. While some believe this may be a temporary move fueled by recent frustrations and personal struggles, Davis has made it clear that, for now, he's stepping away from the sport. Whether this signals the true end of his career or simply a pause remains uncertain, Only time will tell what the future holds for the gifted and controversial fighter.
Superstar and legendary knockout artist Tank Davis has officially retired. Or so he claims. Tank Davis has had one of the hardest 18 months in boxing. See, first he just got out of prison. Then he had a fight with Lamont Roach that should have been a pushover, which afterwards he was going to negotiate a huge money fight with Jake Paul. But Lamont Roach had a great game plan and they ended up having a draw. That Lamont Roach probably should have won. It was a controversial no knockdown call. But now Gervonta Davis once again facing jail time after some domestic abuse charges. So I really think this is temporary. He's probably just retiring for now, especially with all the legal fees this man's gonna need. Part of this is probably to avoid the Lamont Roach rematch, push that off as he can. But really, most of this is probably so he can focus on his legal issues. And then after all that is wrapped up, he's gonna get back in the boxing. Boxers do fake retirements. It's just what they do. Especially after disappointing fights and doing legal trouble. Tyson Fury's in the middle of a fake retirement right now. So yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think he's really retired for good? Let me know in the comments.
Amid widespread speculation and mixed reactions, Gervonta Tank Davis has officially announced his retirement from boxing. Bleacher Report confirmed the news, tweeting, "Gervonta Tank Davis announces his retiring from boxing after 2025, signaling a serious and final tone from the undefeated star. Davis has hinted at walking away from the sport for over a year, repeatedly citing the overwhelming pressure, personal struggles, and the emotional toll of life in the spotlight. Recently, he reiterated his stance, stating he no longer even feels anger, suggesting a deep emotional shift that's taken him further from the fight game. Boxing legend Antonio Tarver weighed in on Davis's situation with concern. While acknowledging his immense talent and success, Tarver emphasized that those qualities alone aren't enough without personal growth and guidance. He pointed to a broader issue in boxing, the lack of strong mentorship for young fighters navigating fame and adversity. For Tarver, Davis's retreat from the sport is not just a personal loss but a troubling reflection of deeper problems in the boxing world, especially as it comes just when a major fight was potentially on the horizon.
All right, Jay Martinez of Fight Hood TV. So happy to see you once again. The biggest talk, let's jump into it. Obviously, we got to weigh in here in a moment.
Yes.
We got some good press after this. The biggest talk that just happened moments ago, Gervonta Davis. I'm going to jump into it. Kind of, I wouldn't say it's a big shock to a lot of us, but, you know, it's his mindset. You know, the fight with Lamont's not signed yet. Apparently, he's going to fight Jake Paul. Like, what's in and out of boxing right now?
Hey, man, I don't know, but, you know, get these guys the bag so they can get the hell on if they not committed and dedicated to the sport. All they want is a bag. Give them a bag so they can go, bro. I mean, let these fighters that really want the shit, you know, let's parade them. Let's get behind them. Let's support them. Let's build them. I'm not saying I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. But I just hope and pray that young man get it together. He's at the top of his career, prime of his career. I would want him to be remembered more by the things that he's doing in the ring rather than out. But, you know, sometimes you got to win in life, too, before you can get in that ring and win. And sometimes life is harder than any opponent that we can face. And I just hope he get it together, bro. I feel like a lot of these young men don't have no mentors, bro. It ain't no more handlers in the game, bro. It ain't nobody taking care of the camp. These guys out here on their own frequency, bro. And I just think there's no more leaders in the game, bro. They're not going to where that real energy is that can really humble these guys a little bit. You know, we only got a short period of time to be professional boxers. This shit is over quick, bro. And you don't ever want to live with no regret.
Bernard Hopkins shared his hopes for Gervonta Davis to overcome his legal challenges and urged him to prioritize his family, especially mending his relationship with the mother of his children. Hopkins emphasized the importance of making things right at home and staying grounded. He also encouraged Davis to remain focused and maintain a positive mindset, suggesting that a renewed commitment to boxing could serve as a path toward healing, stability, and a fresh start, both personally and professionally.
First of all, good to see you, my man. Good to see you.
Yes,
Good
sir.
to see you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, there's a
My
lot to talk
second
about.
home, brother.
I'm starting to say the same thing.
Yes, here all the time. In and out, in and out.
Bernard, a lot to talk about. Let's jump into it real quick. Look, I'm sure you saw the news about Gervonta Davis being arrested once again. Give me your thoughts, you know.
Unfortunately, man, I hope he come out. You know what I mean? Everybody else come out. I'm not with the domestic violence thing, man, but I hope that, you know, he get that straightened out and
he get back to focus on his family and his career. Family first, and then career second. But I just wish both his girl, ex-girl, kid's mother, you know what I mean, get things together and look forward and be positive going forward. Now, you think his head, is there right now with boxing? Do you think he just needs another mentor? What does he need? Because he's
Gervonta Davis has spoken candidly about his personal goals beyond boxing, revealing a heartfelt desire to become more grounded and present for the people who matter most to him. He acknowledged that the demands of his career and lifestyle have often distanced him from his true priorities, particularly his daughter and his family. Now, Davis is focused on personal growth, expressing a commitment to strengthening his relationships and evolving emotionally. His decision to seek support and become more involved in his family's life reflects a deeper understanding of what truly holds value for him at this stage in his journey.
Crown Jewel from Crown Jewel Boxing, back with a gem. Checked out the press conference yesterday. Watched the Rise podcast. 2 days ago, watched the Rise podcast response to it yesterday. And just have to say, I see a lot of people think that, Tank is bluffing with the retirement talk. Could be. I doubt it, though. And I'm going to tell you why I doubt it. When he talked about wanting to seek therapy and the person he has to be in order to be the fighter that he is and wanting to be a softer person, for his daughters, wanting to seek therapy, become a better person and be with his children and lead the limelight, seemed like a lot of emotion and passion in that. He seemed like he really meant what he was saying. There's a lot that comes with not only boxing, because, all fighters deal with certain things with being a boxer, physically, mentally. But he has to deal with being a celebrity, an international star on top of that. And I can't even imagine that pressure. So, things get old, your whole life gets scrutinized, no matter what moves he makes, it's going to be...
The timing of Gervonta "Tank" Davis' retirement seems closely tied to his recent struggles. Just as talks of a high-stakes rematch with Lamont Roach were gaining momentum, Davis was once again caught up in legal troubles. Shortly after his release, he made the decision to step away from boxing, a move that now feels definitive given his long-standing frustration with the sport. After years of shouldering immense expectations while battling personal challenges, Davis appears ready to walk away in search of peace and stability beyond the ropes.
Looked at me, and he turned his head, jumped out of the car, and ran, or whatever the case may be. So he has a history of doing things like this to women. Like the fact. Whether you like it or not, whether you're a Tank Davis fan or not, you can't get around that. That's the truth. So now, what's going to happen with the Lamont Roach fight? And better yet, what's going to happen, will that fight still go on? I don't know. They haven't announced it, made an official announcement yet. We know the fight is scheduled for next month, August, but it hasn't officially been announced yet. And we do know if that fight is announced, PBC will have reporters there to tell those reporters, look, if you want to have access to Gervonta "Tank" Davis, you better not ask him certain questions. This is what goes on in the media. See, a lot of these guys, they want access to the fighters, so they have to play ball. They have to go along with the get along just so they can get access to interview the fighter. Coach Malachi, I don't give a fuck about that access. Fuck having access to the fighter. I only fuck with those who fuck with me. If you're a fighter who fuck with me, I'll fuck with you. Then, we can do an interview. That's fine. I have no problem with it because I got love for you like that and vice versa. But if it's a fighter that don't like you or don't like me or whatever the case may be, I don't give a fuck. I don't try to fit in, in the square circles. If it's a square circle, you know what I mean? If it's a square and a circle, I don't try to fit in with squares. And if you ain't in the circle, I ain't trying to get in the circle. Do you get what I'm saying? So, of course, these reporters, that's what they're going to do. So now, as it relates to Lamont Roach, what does Lamont Roach do from here?
Commentators and fans have expressed empathy for Gervonta Davis, recognizing the immense mental and physical toll that boxing demands. Having lived under the spotlight from a young age, Davis has carried the weight of expectations for much of his career. Many analysts believe that if his passion for the sport has faded, stepping away is not only a wise decision but also a necessary one. There's a growing consensus that it's far better to leave the ring with dignity than to continue in a space where you're no longer fully invested. Ultimately, fans would rather see Davis find peace and happiness than watch him struggle in a sport that no longer inspires him.
Thanks for everybody. He's been tremendously successful, whatever he decides to do. I wish him well. I think we need to, watch this Lamont Roach fight closely because we've seen this in the past. And Mike Tyson talks about his heart no longer being in it, or you heard Buddy McGirt come out and say, the fire left him, while he was in camp in the middle of a run. I mean, it happens, and we don't know how it's going to affect him as a fighter. I would hope, he could find it in himself to be motivated and get prepared, and be the best version of himself. Because, as a Tank fan, I don't want to see him in the ring in any other capacity. If he can't bring himself to be the best version of himself, then I think he should walk away. But regardless of what he decides to do for people like myself, I've had a great time, watching his career. I wish him the best in his personal life. He didn't say he's retiring immediately. He just said he's going to fight 3 times in 2025, and then it'll be over. Whoever those 3 fights he chooses to fight, we have to respect it. And I would just say, enjoy him while he's here. Because, everybody in sports, whether it's boxing or otherwise, is only going to be active for a certain amount of time. And once it's over, it's over. So instead of, Monday morning quarterbacking, ridiculing, or criticizing, I think he's been a very special talent, and we need to enjoy him while he's here. Because the end may be really here, according to what he's saying. That's all I have for y'all right now. Until next time, keep your hands up, your chin down, your ass off the floor. Peace.
Many within the boxing community believe this moment could mark a pivotal turning point in Gervonta Davis's life. With so much unfolding around him, now may be the ideal time for him to step back, reflect, and reassess his path forward. This break offers a crucial opportunity to focus on his personal well-being, make meaningful changes, and regain control of his future. It's a chance to reconnect with his core values and begin rebuilding a sense of stability, away from the chaos that has long surrounded him.